that there's something called the Young Women's Leadership. It's a nonprofit, and I assume, based on the story, that they are a conservative group. Is that correct?
Yes.
These are conservative women.
Yes.
So apparently, their group have in the past, even last year, they used the brand Yeti, the thermal cup, for them to have. How sometimes you get logoed things that you give out to people, and there it is, the Center for Conservative Women. And Yeti had been fulfilling that order and making those cups for them with no issue whatsoever. So they went to get the exact same product from Yeti that they got last year, thinking there would be nothing different. They've been doing this apparently for a decade, 10 years. We submitted our payment and got all the confirmation emails and all that. Now we've been told that Yeti will not make the cups for us anymore. And this is something, and she said when I heard about it, this is a person with the group, I went to talk to a Yeti supervisor. I went back and forth many times, and eventually this supervisor for Yeti said, no, there isn't anyone else to talk to. You just need to know that from Yeti to you, it's a solid no. We will not make the cups anymore.
Wow.
So I don't know that there's any validity to the message, but the message in the story is they rejected them because things have changed now. You can't, if you're out there tearing up Teslas and you won't celebrate a little boy with cancer who wants to be, and you can't do all that. You can't celebrate the astronauts being brought home, all these things that Mike Johnson mentioned, and the weird trashing of Tesla products and dealerships and stuff. If that's now our environment, and apparently it is, it wouldn't be. It's plausible, I'll say it that way, that Yeti's turning them down because of their political views. Now, I don't know the political views of Yeti. I don't pretend to know that. But.
Well, the group that was trying to get these cups made reached out to Yeti to say why they accepted our payment.
Right.
Why aren't you guys going to make these cups for us again? And supposedly the Yeti representative responded, well, because of the word conservative being on the actual cup, that means you might be a nonprofit, but you're also political. So we're not going to do political products, so we can't do it. That's what Yeti is actually saying. They did cut ties with the NRA back in 2018. So Yeti, for a long time, has been maybe either distancing themselves from conservative political outlets or trying to be non-political at all. But I don't know of any examples of Yeti saying we're not going to make cups for the Center for Liberal Women. I don't know if that has happened.
Mm-hmm. Well, I really, honestly, just being balanced, I don't have a problem if they treat both political parties the same and say we just don't want. We're not going to make any products that have political statements. We consider conservative a political statement. As you said, Adler, and I agree, but we also won't do it if there's a liberal organization or anything to do with the left or the right or any political statement. We may have done that for years. We're not doing it anymore. Mm-hmm. But if they're just only feeling that way about one political view, I would have a problem with that. They have the right to do it, but I would have a problem with it. But if they're just saying, hey, we're kind of an outdoorsy bunch, we don't want to be involved in anything political, and we don't want anything political on our products, I don't have a problem with that.
No.
As long as it's balanced.
You're consistent.
Yeah.
And you're acknowledging it's a change in policy.
Correct. Yeah.
And at in the past you have done.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, and at the bottom of the story, to what y'all just said, their official statement says the new policy prevents customizing products aligned with any political affiliation or organization, in addition to content that's considered obscene, vulgar, blah, 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 blah. And they say, we regret due to this mistake, this policy was not followed with the previous online order. So they're admitting, hey, y'all made the order, we didn't tell you, and now we've made a mistake and we're sorry. But to their point is it hadn't been a problem in the past and nothing's changed. So maybe they have a new policy that's been enacted with this within the last year maybe.
I would say it wouldn't surprise me, and I actually don't have a problem with this, that at one time political statements were not so crazed out
divisive.
there, and people, that's the word I was looking for. They weren't as divisive in the past, so we could get away with it. The way people are acting now, we just don't want to be in it at all. I can actually understand that.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, we just want to sell cups. Now, I agree with the person who on the text line, and I was going to say the same thing. Now, I have found the Yeti product to be the most overpriced product in the world. I'm exaggerating, but I've never understood where they get their value.
And they're heavy.
I mean, I've used their products before, but I'm not even like Speedy. I'm not cheap, but I think the price of a Yeti is outrageous
because
based on what you're getting. I mean, there's other products that are comparable that don't cost near as much.
Yeah,
a third of the price.
My personal world, I don't need a cooler that can keep things cold for like 2 weeks. I'm never going to need that.
Right.
You know.
Well, especially if I can get a product that's pretty much as good like you said, Adler, for substantially less that accomplishes what I need accomplished.
Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah.
Now, there may be people that need that in their life.
Yeah.
I'm not one of them.
All right, so there it is. And if they're getting out of political altogether because the political environment has changed, I can understand that. But it can't just be one way, and there's no evidence it is yet.
This is the Rick Burgess Show.